Let me know where you're tuning in from. What did you do for the New Year's? Anything exciting? Share. Let me know what you did. How exciting was it for you? And what's your plan for the year? We're going to talk about how you can grow your business, and this little known training and secret that we're going to share with you today is how to actually help you yourself to get to a six-figure income. So I'm going to go ahead and share this with people here today. Let me know that you can see the screen okay. And let's get this party started. I am excited to work with you guys in 2020. And in the new decade to jumpstart everything, guys. This is going to be so exciting. So let me go ahead, and I'm seeing everything okay here on the screen. And here, I gotta figure out, I'm trying to do something new here. So give me a second to see. We are going to advance the screen. Let's see. No, that is not working. We got to figure it out. All right, guys, let me know what you see on the screen there, and welcome. If this is just, I am here to help you guys grow in business, a consultant business, and my goal each and every day in the year 2020 is to help their online business. So if that's you, if you have a desire to start a course, to start an online business and watch these live and you're ready to dive in, make sure you go to ecourseU.com. And there, this is a short one. That one is a long free training for you that will give you all the details of your course. So maybe you're that person who never thought about starting their business, but you know you got something special. People do that as well. Been training and coaching people, and your business is just not going to where you want it to go, then you want to make sure that you tune in daily for these trainings that we're going to ecourseU.com, so you know what it is. And if that makes sense to you, then you want a strategy session with me or one of my teammates to help you get to that next level. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into today's training. I figured since it was the first of the year, I want to share with you how to become a weekly goal setter and weekly goal hitter. The businesses that I had built, a couple of them to a six-figure income, it was because of doing this exact thing that I'm going to share with you today that helped me to get there. And my goal is to help as many of you as possible over the next 18 months. We want to help 1,000 people create their online business, and we want, you know, the majority of you guys to reach six figures. Now, of course, I wish that for everybody, but I realize that most people won't put in the work, unfortunately, and do what it takes to get there. But if that's you, if you're that person, then by all means, follow this and get the proper training. So let's go ahead and dive in. Today, we're talking about discovering how to become a weekly goal setter and weekly goal hitter. So if you stick around to the end, I'm going to share with you how you can get a free bonus resource that will give you tips on how to jumpstart your online course business. Guys, there are 5 steps to goal setting. Step number 1 is to have a CCMP. That's a clear, concise mental picture. Look, if you don't know what you want, you can't get it. It has to be so clear that it just consumes you. I want you to think back when you had that first love that you had, and all you did was think about them, or that second, or whatever they were. I want you to think about how all you were consumed with that person. You were consumed. If you wanted to go on a vacation, all you thought about was that moment when you would be going somewhere, what would be happening in your life at that time. That is the exact same thing in how you want to be when it comes to your goals. You need to be able to close your eyes and literally see it happening right in front of you. That part right there is so important. It cannot be fuzzy. It's like you putting the information into a GPS. If you don't put the right address to where you want to go inside that GPS, you're never going to get there. So that's how clear you must be when it comes to you setting your goals and making sure that this is happening for you. Listen, you're in a new decade. This is a new year. So why not start it out the right way? Stop leaving things to chances and just do the income producing and impact producing activities that will get you there. And then the second step is you got to break it down into little pieces. And that's the power of 7 days. If you know what you want to accomplish by the end of this year, all you got to do is break that down into 50, divided by 52. Once the goal, we divide it by 52, and that is 7 days. And I'll show you how that works in a second. Step number 3, it must be stretchingly realistic. Well, what does that mean? If somebody else has done it, guess what? You can do it as well. And it'd be something that makes you uncomfortable. You should be saying to yourself, man, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try this, but I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to give it everything I got. And you should feel those little bubbles inside of your stomach. When you feel that, you know that's something that's stretching you. It's stretching you out of your comfort zone. You got to go and work a little harder to make things happen. And that's when you know you're on to something. If you don't have that feeling, that uncomfortable feeling, you'll never grow. You'll never break beyond where you're at now. And that's so important. And then number 4, guys, you got to have deadlines. And see, we do deadlines in the 7-day period. And the reason why we do them in the 7-day period is because it gives you time to correct. You got 52 chances this year to alter, change, correct, and develop your goal to get it to where you want it to be. And that's the importance of breaking them down into little pieces. If you wait to the end of the month, 4 weeks have already gone by. 31 days or 30 days or 29, whatever month you're in, have already gone by. And you know what? You're limiting the amount of times you get to make things. Or I want you to think about a sports game being played. They get so many timeouts. They don't, they always take a few of the timeouts and try to hold them to the end. But if everybody is screwing up in the game, trust and believe they're not going to wait to the last 2 minutes of the game to call a timeout. So if you pace yourself so that every single week, and you should pick a day, Saturday or Sunday, or Friday, what day is that you will evaluate what happened over the last 7 days and what you're going to do over the next 7 days. And that's where your deadline is. And repetition, I'm telling you, is the most important part of this that so many people pay so little attention to. And because they pay so little attention to, they don't get it done. So what do we mean by repetition? Repetition is doing the same thing over and over and over again. There are a few systems when it comes to creating an online course, and your goal is to master the details of that system. It's like driving through a McDonald's. The reason why they are successful is 2 things. They put their stores on real estate that's very popular, and then they have a system that no matter where you're at around the world, you will go through that system and they will upsell you. They will get you in and out. It's one way in and one way out. And that's what creating your goals is all about. This is what's going to help you to get to your goal. And a goal without a plan is just a wish, and we don't wish things, we make things happen. And so I'm just going to share with you also why you want to set weekly goals. Number one, you want to decide in advance what you want. And when you wake up with a purpose, you know exactly what you want and what you need to do. It's no different from knowing if you're working a 9 to 5, you know what time you got to go to work, you know what time you got to come home. If you have to pick up your kids, you know exact time you have to do that. If you plan your life out like that, things will begin to change for you. And that's what we want to help you to do, to plan that out. And then what it does, it helps you develop belief. That belief comes from doing. The more you do and the more you communicate, and you have a coach and you have someone working with you, you'll develop belief in what you're doing, because after a while you're starting to see, wow, this is working, this isn't working, so let me go ahead and eliminate that. And then what that helps you to do is get a clear mental vision. I can't stress enough how important having a clear mental vision is. And when you sit down and you know where you're at and you analyze your current position, again, take yourself to that coach who calls a timeout, who pulls out the clipboard and says, okay, here's where you're at. Here's what's happening. Here's the person that's blocking you. Here's what we need to do. So you got to analyze it. You want to set in your mind to know that you don't know everything. I don't know everything, right? No one knows everything. And so you got to start asking a lot of questions. If you arrive at each day like you're a brand new babe or you're a brand new star wanting to be on the team and you want to make things happen, this is how you win. If you show up thinking you know it and you got it, guys, you will lose the game. So make sure you analyze. Analyzing your current position is so important. And those are some of the things that we talked to you about. And some of the questions that I even go over with you if you set a strategy session with me. And before I forget, you can go to ecourseU.com and do that. You want to make a list of all the ways you can accomplish your goal. I want you to sit down and grab a piece of paper, and I want you to every single way that you can accomplish your goal. Maybe it's posting, maybe it's doing advertising, maybe it's doing live events, maybe it's getting referrals. What is it that has been working for you already? Write that down. And then what is it that you want to do? Write that down as well. And then once you get that written down, put a plan in place to achieve your goal. Businesses, in order to hit a six-figure income, you got to have systems in place. If you don't have systems in place, and don't worry if you don't know how to put those in place, those are some of the things that we help you with. And then you want to write it out. There is something magical about taking a pen to paper and literally writing your goals out. You got to write it down. Even in the word, it says, make it plain, put it left nor the right. When you write things down, it activates everything, every single senses inside of you, and it helps you to think differently. You can verbalize stuff all you want, but until it hits that paper and you allow it to flow through you so that it can go to where it needs to go to, then that's when your life begins to change. And then you must keep it in front of you at all times. Keep it in front of you at all times. I'm talking on your phone, on your refrigerator, in your car, in your office, wherever a constant reminder, you want to have that in front of you. So I'm going to talk to you today about what should be included in your weekly goal setting. So some people say, I hear you, girl, but can you tell me what I need to have in it, because I'm not quite getting this. Some of the things you're going to have is the income, like how much do you want to make? And I'll give you an example of that on the next slide. You want to have, I call them faith affirmations, things that you say out loud to help give you energy and to keep you focused and to keep you fired up and excited aren't going the way you need them to go, or when they are going the way you need them to go. Think of, you're at a game and everybody's winning and you start doing that cheer. You got to have that cheer for yourself. If you can't cheer and motivate yourself, you're going to lose at this game, and we want you to win at this game. And your personal look, you got to learn to get the most out of every minute, and whether it comes from you or someone you're hiring to do it, it has to get done. The goal is to hire people to do the things that you don't have to do so you can maximize the minute. And that's where it comes to building a business comes into play. Because if you can remove yourself from it and still get it accomplished, then you are winning at a higher level. And most important, guys, that follow-up game. That follow-up game from you, that follow-up game that you have the pixels and the right coding on your funnel or your website, so that people know when they see you over and over and over again, because it takes about 8 to 10 times. And sometimes, like being online, it's even nowadays, they say it takes 15 to 20 times for someone to see you and hear from you before they believe in what you're doing. So don't think it always is going to happen overnight. Now, it's different for some people. It depends on how big your audience is, how many people know you, what you've been doing before. It could either hurt you or it can help you. All of that matters only but for a moment, because now you get to start anew. Now you get the chance to make things happen along the way. And then you want to look at your end of the week results. You want to look at results that you have and be able to follow up and get things done and make things happen, and look at those end of the week results every single week. You got to know where you're at. Like I'm telling you, I don't care if you're doing this part-time or full-time, you must have these systems in place. And again, guys, I told you, just go to eCourseU.com, watch the video there, and then schedule a straight session with me, and we will help you to do that. So here's how you can break down your income. Let's say your desire, like your clear, concise mental picture is you want to make an extra $25,000. You love your job. You don't want to leave your job, and you want to make $25,000 part-time this year. Okay, great goal, right? That means that you're going to make an extra $2,083 per month and an extra $521 per the week. So how much do you desire to make for the year? That's what you got to determine. That's where that $25,000 is. And then you break it down by the month, $2,083. Then you break it down by the week, $521. Guys, you can even take that number of 521 and you can divide that by 7, and that's going to give you $74.43. So in order to hit your goal, you got to make about $75 a day. And then when you break it down like that, it's not so overwhelming. You can say, okay, what can I do today that will help me bring someone value and put $75 in my pocket? That's how you have to look at that. And it may not happen every day, but eventually it will. So this is what you want to look at. This is how you break it down. So when you're determining your goal, always make sure you have an income goal. Take a screenshot of this and break this down into the little pieces, so you'll know exactly what you need to do to make that happen. And then those mantras that I was talking about are affirmations. You want to make sure you have those and you're saying those, because I'm telling you, one of the things we're not talking about today is all the problems that you're going to face when they come. And we help you throughout our training to predetermine what might happen. And how do we know? Because we've had every single problem that you can ever think of happen to us. So we're going to tell you so that you can be prepared and have a solution for them. You know, maybe you're not getting enough leads. Maybe you're not closing enough sales. There's a solution for all of that. And when you're going through those things and you feel like quitting, you're getting down on yourself and you're feeling discouraged, this is when these mantras come into play. So you want to have them ready. You want to have them on your goal. You want to read them every morning and every night. And you know, here's 4 that you can use and also add in. All things are possible when I put God first. Life will give me whatever I ask for and work for. To much whom is given, much is required. I am worthy. Like, just saying that, guys, gives me chills. So when you say that and you say it with all the energy that you can muster up, if you got kids or your husband or whoever is in the house with you, get them on board with you. This is a team effort. It takes a team to make that dream come true. So you want to make that happen. And then you want to know what your weekly personal activities are. What do you need to do? And you can break this down by day if you want. Okay, well, maybe on Monday, you're going to do all your prospecting. You're going to actually be out there, you know, helping people, talking to people, seeing if they want your help and helping them with the questions they have. Maybe you're having conversations with people in Messenger or on their posts or on the phone. You're doing your strategy calls on the phones. Maybe you're doing lives like I'm doing here now. You're posting, you're marketing your ads, you're closing customers. You want to have a system in place for all of these. None of these you want to leave to chance. If you don't know what to do, that we want to help you with that. So make sure you go to ecourse.com so you can learn how you can make that happen. So, do you have questions? Whether you're catching this during the live or the replay, I want you to drop some questions in the comment section, because I promise you I will answer them. A small question doesn't matter. It leads to small discoveries. Bigger questions lead to bigger discoveries. Some questions only reveal deeper mysteries. And even if you know what questions to ask, the answer may surprise you. I want you this year to say to yourself, I don't know, I'm going to ask why. And as soon as I get the answer, I'm going to ask why again. I'm going to go down about 5 or 6 whys, just like the child does, to say, but why, but why, but why? Because the more curious you are, and you realize that you don't have all of the answers about nothing. How do you know if you're right? That's your goal. Like, how do you know you're right? Compared to who? Who taught you that? Where did that thought come from that you are right? So get in the habit of asking questions upon question upon questions, big questions, small questions, bigger questions, some questions. The thing that you don't want to do is ask no questions. So I hope that brought you guys value, and I want to share with you what you want to do. Let me go back here. You want to go to CathyMcReynolds.com if you want to get that free bonus resource that we talked about. You'll be able to download that and complete your weekly goals. Make sure you can pause and hit this so that you can get your weekly goals, and post in the comments and let me know that you got your goals set. Say goal setting is complete. I know exactly what I want for the year, and make sure you let me know how I can serve you better. What do you want to know? How can we help you get the things that you truly desire in 2020? And to get that free brochure, go to CathyMcReynolds.com so you can receive that free resource. So guys, I hope that brought you value. I want you to have a great week, and tune in tomorrow to catch us on the next